Hi everyone, welcome back to Ahead of the Game live updates. The observant ones among you will notice that we had a bit of website trouble over the weekend, but that's all sorted now. I know we've lost a few of our previews, well, about 500 of them, but they're being hopefully looked after by Ramos, so hopefully we'll find out for them, and the website's back and running now, so you'll see that with the Wales Samoa preview is up already in Harlequins Bath for tonight, so have a look at those previews, and we'll start with rugby while we're on the topic. So last week was brilliant. We picked every winner in the games actually, with only one handicap wrong, being Italy, and the Tongans played really well to get only within 5 points there. So fair play to them. But the other bets gave us lots of profit. Good big ones including Dag and Surveyor to score for the Kiwis and over 5.5 tries in that game, and we picked New Zealand over 26 points win, which was a bit of a risk at Murrayfield, but their free-flowing stuff was incredible, and they're going to be tough to beat at all for a few years now, I reckon. But yeah, and we had a few over and under points going on there too, so when these articles get found, we'll have them all back for you. So as I say, it kicks off with Wales, which is off in about an hour's time, hosting Samoa. Big game for Wales. They were the shock, their defeat to Argentina. We had Argentina on the +10 handicap, was way too generous, considering how good they were in the Four Nations with their draws against South Africa, etc. And they proved it, the physical side up front. And Wales have made some serious changes, with Warburton being dropped. He was tipped to be maybe Lions captain. He's now gone. So Tipperick comes in and Ryan Jones is captain again. So yeah, Rob Howley's got a job on his hands. And it'll be a tough game. These Samoans are physical. I was lucky enough to be there last year in the World Cup, and they put up a really good showing. But they are missing from that side Alessandro Tuolangi, Mapasua, Tej Thakenbau, to name a few, and full details on the preview. But yeah, it'll be a tough game. Samoans will start fast, but I'm expecting Cuthbert and North on the wings to feature highly for the Welsh, and they should come away with a good win then. Next up, England-Australia, big one. 2 years ago, we were all over them. The famous Chris Ashton swan dive, scoring tries from 80 metres, just loving it. It won't be such a comprehensive victory, 20-point margin, whatever that was, but Charlie Sharples and Chris Ashton again will feature on the wings. Picking wings this week. The weather doesn't look bad. Should be dry. A bit of three-flowing rugby. And Digby Ioane's come out saying all English wingers are pretty boys. Not great from him, and they obviously like a bit of hype. So expect them to prove Digby wrong, and I'm expecting a few tries in this game because the two defences aren't that strong, as shown especially from Australia, who got absolutely battered in France. I know they're tough to beat away from home, but that was an annihilation. So yeah, they'll be hurting a bit, and England will be looking to pounce and maybe go on to win by a score or so there. Next up, Italy. They're hosting the All Blacks, and they look vulnerable against Tonga at times and expect a big win here. I know Carter's being rested, but the likes of Barrett and Cruden get to run the show. Barrett from 15, Cruden from 10, and they did that all year in Super 15 now. And I'm really excited to see how that goes. And the All Blacks are such a familiar outfit. That could be quite comprehensive if they decide to throw the ball around like they can. Also, South Africa and Ireland playing Scotland and Fiji respectively. Both of those teams should win away from home. South Africa away from home, Ireland at home. Fiji didn't really have much to offer. They're not quite the side they were that surprised Wales in 2003 World Cup. They're missing a few people like Rapini, Thao in the glory days. So yeah, I can see Ireland being pretty comfortable despite the changes there. Some of the Ulster boys getting a chance, which I like to see. And South Africa did well to come back against Ireland, and that helped us out with one of our accumulators on the handicap. But they should beat Scotland as well, who surprised a few by scoring some tries and went on to big Tim Visser for that. The big Flying Dutchman is proving that he's not just a club rugby player. Finally, France-Argentina, biggest game of the weekend. Tough to call, big packs, physical game, but the French at home, for me, just edge it. +11 handicaps I'm seeing a few times for the RG, so that could be worth a go. But yeah, just back in the French, just about there. LV continues as well. Tonight we've got Quins Bath as our big game hosting, so we've got Quins to win there on a -5 handicap. Both sides, surprised actually, and then really strong sides. So I like to see that's going to be a good game. We're expecting some tries and points, say over 4.5 tries and over 22 points in the first half. So look out for that. And the second game we're going to preview is the Leicester London Irish game, because London Irish like Cup rugby. They can put out a fair few players. They don't miss too many in the international season as well, which is always key. So expect a closer one than some may think, and I'm going to say there's going to be some Welford Road. Finally, we're going to go for wins for Saints, Wasps, Exeter and Gloucester in the other games. So if you're looking at your accumulators, have a look at some of those punts. They're playing people like the Dragons and stuff, and English rugby's going well at the moment. So fingers crossed that'll come up for you. That's rugby covered, really, on the whole. It was a great week last week, so hopefully we'll match that for you. And we're going to go on to golf. And the PGA Tour finished for the year last week. And sadly, we didn't have a winner. We had a runner-up in Robert Garrigus, who played really well, but didn't quite have enough steam. And Russell Knox as well, our nice Scot, who's played so well in the last few weeks. In the 66s, I had to snap him up. But he bogeyed the last 2 holes and just missed out on 5th place by a shot, and that was really why. So we're in a nice placing for the young lad, but he's got a big, bright future ahead of him. So no worries there. And Usti over in Europe gave us a second. We don't do much European Tour golf, but only him and Lowry were picked, and Lowry didn't play well at all. He admitted that, but Usti's second was fine for a little small returns. And it's only Europe this week. 2 events, Hong Kong in South Africa. Henry Stenson proving very hard to catch. He's playing some really good golf. He was picked by many other tipsters a week early, actually, last week, but he's up to 13 under after 2 rounds and looking good. But we're liking our man Tommy Fleetwood. He's given it a go. He's played well again today. He's finished 3 holes early, and he's still got the par 5 8 to come to get him to maybe get another birdie on that, and so he can be right in contention the weekend, along with Sterney and Grace, who are at home, obviously in South Africa, and they've got a good chance of hopefully a big weekend. We know how low Grace can go. We've seen some 60s and 61s from the lad this year, so fingers crossed they'll be right up there. Then we go over to Hong Kong, and Michael Campbell's picking up where he left off. He's finding some really good old form, and he's leading there on quite a clustered top leaderboard. And we like to see the cluster because our Stephen Gallagher and Simon Dyson, our Northern Hemisphere boys, we've got both going well. Dyson likes this event, second in 2010 with -21. So yeah, expect him to be up there, even though he's only 2 under at the moment. He can have a great weekend. Wai Yang was looking good as well, our boy, but 7 over today really killed him from 4 under to 3 over, I think it was in the end. So if you can't win them all, and Yang will be back, I'm sure, with big performances in the near future. Finally, there hasn't been much in cricket, but we're back with cricket. We picked South Africa, Australia draw in the first test down under, and new previews will be up for the next test. Yeah, it was a batting track, wasn't it? It always is. And runs galore. Cowan was really impressive. The South Africans, it's got some selection dilemmas with Duminy with his Achilles out. So look forward to see who will feature for them. But yeah, Elgar looks like the favourite, and yeah, that's going to be a closer series than something. People ruled out the Aussies, but James Patterson's a class bowler. He's sort of a one-man ship at the moment. Nathan Lyon's not bad holding up the other end, but they'll be very happy to walk away with a drawn series there against the number 1 nation. And of course England now in India, and as we said, they're struggling, and they really are. They haven't learned how to play spin. 41 for 3, I think it was now overnight, with Compton failing, Anderson and Trott as well. So casualties there. Pujara, hat off to you for your double done. It was quite a class effort, and I don't need to say anything about Sehwag's runnable 100. So yeah, that's going to be a tough series, and we'll be keeping you updated, live betting updates as well via Twitter there. It's good for partnerships, etc. So keep looking there. Finally, football, and we had successes last week in the Reading, Man U, Everton and Stoke, to name a few, and then specific bets were Stoke to win to 0, loads of under 2.5s which we picked. Both teams not to score was a couple of nice ones as well. So yeah, that's good. And again, we kick off this week with a big North London derby, which should be quite a tight, high-scoring affair. Maybe a 3-2 either way. So I'm looking forward to that one, and full previews will be up for all of these over the next 18 hours or so, so keep peeled. But that one's tough to call at the moment. We're going for wins, though. We're going for quite a few wins, actually, this week, with Liverpool, City, Everton, Chelsea, Man U and Fulham. So a few big sides there, but all of them looking pretty strong going into this week. Not too many injury concerns. A lot of players pulled out with injuries. Should I say, been quite a sceptic for England this week. So they should be quite fresh. Then we've got some draws we're going to go for in QPR, Newcastle and West Ham games. Newcastle struggling at home. Many would think probably Swansea travelling from Wales would be tough, but I don't know. There's something about Mishu and the boys that is quite tempting, and I'm going to go for a draw in that one as well. But as I say, full previews will be up all throughout this tonight and going on to tomorrow. So stay online for them. That's about it from us here. Sorry again for all the articles you wanted to have a look at. Some of the others that have gone missing. They are being looked for, we're promised. So we will get them back to you. And we know all our profits, they're higher and bigger than ever after last week's rugby and the football and golf 2 weeks ago. So keep spreading the joyous word of us, and follow us on Twitter at AOTG13 for immediate updates and just play-by-play basically bets. But bye for now, and see you on Friday, and I hope you enjoy the weekend of sport. Thanks.